A Mikael Granlund hat trick, another Dallas Stars third period masterclass, and a commanding 3-1 series lead over the Jets. Let's break down Game 4 next.
You're Locked On Stars, your daily podcast on the Dallas Stars. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Howdy, Stars fans. I'm Joey Erickson, former producer 105 through the Fan. Please be sure to subscribe. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. And as always, thank you so much for making us a part of your day and making us your first listen. Mikael Granlund goes berserk in Game 4. Another playoff game, another hat trick for the Dallas Stars. This time, another member of the Finnish Mafia gets it done. The Stars take Game 4 by a final score of 3-1. Another third period masterclass from the Dallas Stars. We're going to break it all down. Oh, and Miro Heiskanen returned. We have to talk about his first action in over 3 months. He had some issues. He had some flashes of greatness, as you would expect after a couple of months off. So we'll touch on that as the Stars take a 3-1 series lead over the Jets, 1 win away from clinching a third straight bid to the Western Conference Final. And first off, I just want to say how amazing it was to see the Dallas Stars at full tilt, so to speak. And they didn't play a perfect game by any stretch. And Jason Robertson and Miro Heiskanen are still coming off injuries. But it is really satisfying to see the Dallas Stars as a team all together, the child of Jim Nill, right? This is the brainchild of GM Jim Nill, who deserves a lot of credit for going out to get Mikael Granlund. And I'll start with this, as I misspelled his name in the rundown, Granlund, but he was Grand tonight, so it makes sense. We'll let it be. I mentioned this at the Four Nations. I thought Granlund was going to score a lot of big-time goals or play extremely well in the Stanley Cup playoffs for Dallas, because he was playing in some of those very competitive and intense games during the Four Nations. His second goal on Hellebuck was almost identical to the goal he scored against Sweden on the 2-on-1. Just the no look and just rips it under the soffit. What a release. Hellebuck could not catch up to it, and the chants of Otter's better is ringing throughout the American Airlines Center. I said this too before the series. You don't think Otter is a bit ticked off that they were calling him the U.S. backup in the regular season? Well, Jake Ottinger put on a show tonight, put on an absolute phenomenal show. And the goal he gave up was atrocious. It was extremely bad. It was softy. But it also shows you what a night it would have been. He probably should have had the shutout. And credit to Ehlers for throwing that puck on net. It was a pretty decent shot. Otter should have it, but he was phenomenal. He was phenomenal, especially in that second period where Dallas just was not good at all. But it goes once again to show you that goaltending, depth, special teams really matters this time of year. Really, really matters. And Dallas is checking off all the boxes. The PK, I've said it so much, just lights freaking out. The power play goes 2 for 4. They get the double minor in the third period, Winnipeg does, and put out on Twitter, time to put this team away. And it took them nearly the entire 4 minutes, but Granlund, the hat trick, just goes kabang past Hellebuck. What a shot. Credit to Miro, too. We're going to get to him. He settled the puck down after Duchesne's shot went off the pipe. It bounced a bit. He was calm. Goes skate, stick, over to Granlund. Bada boom, bada bang. It's in the back of the net. Stars have a 3-1 lead. Stunning Winnipeg. And the Jets, too, I thought that was the Jets' best in the second period. And the fact that Dallas was up, it's house money, so to speak. It felt a bit like Game 6 against Colorado, where Dallas all of a sudden had a 4-3 lead heading into the third period, but they didn't execute in the third period against Colorado like they did tonight, and really just shut it down. I thought the Stars were really good defensively tonight. And Esa Lindell had himself a game. Esa Lindell has been phenomenal all season long. Just a shutdown defenseman, was killing plays along the walls. I thought you saw that from a lot of different Stars defensemen, Bichel, Petrovic. It was a really, really solid game. And Otter cleaned up any mistakes. And he cleaned it up early when Velarde had that point-blank chance. It was the first shot of the game. And I thought this goes to show how truly good this Stars team is. Like, they are loaded. I'm just thinking to myself, as time's winding down, this team is loaded. And now they're getting to play with their full complement of weapons. This is a damn good team. And it feels like they have a chance to do something special. And again, they're still not done with Winnipeg. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. But now they have the opportunity. They just need to win one of the next 3 games. Hopefully just 2. Hopefully it takes 1. Hopefully they go and close it out. But it's going to be tough. And Winnipeg, they played hard. They were excellent the first 2 periods of this hockey game. And the numbers would bear a bit of that. The second period in particular, in terms of chances, Winnipeg wasn't crazy. I mean, it's almost weird because it felt like Dallas was taking on water for a large chunk of that second period. But you look at the chances in the middle frame, it was 7 for Dallas, 5 for Jets, 19 total for both sides throughout the hockey game tonight at 5-on-5. Like Dallas has just been pretty darn good at limiting Winnipeg. They weren't winning a ton of battles, though, in that second period. The Jets were pouring in on the forecheck, but I thought Dallas responded really well towards the end of the second period, started to stack some shifts together. And then, of course, Rantanen makes a great play, and then Granlund buries it. What a night for Grant. I mean, from puck drop, he was incredible tonight. He's blocking shots. I mean, Rantanen had a big shot block towards the end of regulation. Like, those are plays that win Stanley Cup playoff hockey games. Those are plays you have to have. And Mikko's making them. Granlund early and often, just what an unreal game from him. Unreal stuff from Granlund. And it was good to see Robertson get on the board as Granlund just walked down Main Street. I don't know what Winnipeg was doing, just allowed Granlund to go right through the heart of the rink, and then he just fires one past Hellebuck. Funny enough, Hellebuck turned into the Vezina Hellebuck once the Stars went up too. they had multiple chances to like really twist the knife, and Hellebuck made some really incredible stops. It was smart to dress 11-7 with Miro returning, and we'll get to that. You know, Rantanen played a lot tonight, 23 minutes, and he was just good. Only picked up an assist. He didn't score tonight, so sound the alarms. But he was darn good. I thought Dallas, despite some of their lulls in the game, like they were engaged. There was life and energy. It wasn't like they were just taking it, so to speak, or just getting punched in the face continuously. Like, they just continued to grind it out, and they hung in there with the help of Otter, who just made timely saves. I mean, elite stuff from Jake Ottinger tonight, and they needed him to be in some regard. Like, this wasn't the best game Dallas has played, and they won 3-1. And if Otter doesn't give up a softie, they more than probably shut out this Jets team tonight. I just thought they suffocated after the Granlund goal. It just felt like Winnipeg was a bit stunned, and they played well after that. Give the Jets credit. They continued to fly around and create some chances in that third period, but it was just going to be really, really tough to beat Otter. It was going to be really, really tough. Scoring chances individually, Lindell 12 tonight at 5-on-5. That shows you how good of a game he had. CC Rantanen 11. Hence Granlund all up there. There's just a lot of good from a lot of guys tonight. I didn't love the Jamie Benn penalty late. the energy I like, but just the penalty. Come on, Jamie. All right, you're good. Your club's good. I know you're trying to go after a guy, but if the Jets scored, I would have lost it because it should not have been 3-2. And it ended up not being because the Stars penalty kill goes 3 for 3 tonight. Power play goes 2 for 4. But my goodness, I did not like the penalty, but Stars get away with it. I mean, Winnipeg, they kind of crap the bed themselves a bit on that man advantage. They just weren't very sharp. But a lot of their looks, they just weren't sharp tonight. The 4-on-1 they had, I think, in that first period, it was just Miro back. I was so confused why it was only number 4. And I guess he's so intimidating and such a great defender. Winnipeg makes an errant pass and it turns into nothing. That's how good of a defender Miro Heiskanen is. Just show that clip and then give him the Norris. That was some remarkable defending. But I think it goes to show how damn good the Stars team is. Fully healthy to some degree, and we're getting to watch it now, and we haven't seen this very much at all, and it's a lot of fun to see what Jim Nill has thrown out there. The product is damn good, and there's a long way to go. Don't get me wrong. You got 7 out of 16 wins needed. I believe it is something like that. My math could be completely wrong, but they got 7 wins. So yeah, they're about halfway there. Just really, really solid stuff from Dallas tonight. Let's talk about Miro's return though. I want to touch on what I saw. There was a little and a little okay. A little bit of everything from number 4 tonight, but it's great to see him back. Number 1. That's a win for everybody coming out of Game 4 tonight, and we'll touch on him a bit more in just a moment. Today's episode of Locked On Stars is brought to you by Wonderful Pistachios. Looking for a snack that's both delicious and nutritious? Crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios is one of the highest protein nuts. Each one out serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're packed with fiber and better for you unsaturated fats to help keep you feeling fuller longer. Wonderful Pistachios is a complete protein, providing all 9 essential amino acids. And whether you're running between meetings, dropping off the kids, Wonderful Pistachios are the snack that works as hard as you do because it's nutritious and it's healthy. Sometimes we get stuck wanting to go to McDonald's or something like that to get something unhealthy. Get a snack while you're on the go that is healthy, and it's that grab and go ease. Also, Wonderful Pistachios has no shells. If you don't want to spend time even being more efficient, you don't have to worry about cracking the shells, pop them in. They're delicious. Get snacking, get cracking with a snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. So Miro Heiskanen returns to Game 4 tonight, and I thought for a large chunk of the game, he fared pretty well tonight. There was a little rust, as you would expect. I think certainly on the power play, just facilitating a bit, although I thought he made a fantastic play on Granlund's hat-trick goal. That was such a really calm play from Miro. Could have rushed it, but settled, at least forced Hellebuyck to respect the shot from him, and then he slides it over to Granlund, who's able to beat Hellebuyck for his third of the night. But previously in that power play set, I think his shot was blocked. I can't recall it absolutely. I think his shot was blocked, or maybe it was a giveaway, and then Connor had a breakaway, and that was another one of the big stops for Otter. He's shown Connor a couple of times. I think Miro 100% probably catches Kyle Connor even, and Connor can scoot. Don't get me wrong, but that was one where Miro, he got back to at least kind of give him a nudge, but at 100%, I think even Miro may may catch him. But you could see like they were easing him in, and he was still getting his bearings. I thought his second period he looked really strong, seemed to feel more confident. I think a lot of it is just going to be his confidence, trusting his knee again, sort of just trusting his body coming off of surgery. He didn't play a ton tonight. Let's see, his overall time on ice numbers 14:52, so under 15 minutes. That's why they dressed 7 defensemen. I thought it was smart to play him with Harley to give him a partner that can skate and get out of trouble if need be, just to give him some stability and just have someone there that can maybe get out of harm's way, can get the puck out of harm's way if need be. But I thought he made a couple of really solid outlet passes. I know this is just real simple stuff, but he made some of those Miro plays. Like, okay, there you go. Like making some great angles, taking away passing lanes. The great thing about him too is he can be so effective even at 75%, because yes, he relies a lot on his skating, but number one, it's his awareness, just his defensive awareness. He's going to be in the right spot, so he doesn't have to rely as much on that speed or that quick first step to get to places, because more often than not, he's already going to be in the right place. All he has to do, get his stick in the way, break up some passes here or there, and I thought we saw quite a bit of that. It wasn't phenomenal by any stretch. At all situations when he was on the ice, it was shots for 4 and shots against 10. And again, like this is very early stages of Miro Heiskanen. And it was nice that they were able to pair him with Lundell a bit. It was good to see him get some work on the power play too, just to get him involved. Play with a little bit more space, and he picks up a point in his game back. So I think it's just a huge success. Took a couple of hits, took a couple of licks, which is good. Get involved physically. It's just we're still asking a lot out of Miro Heiskanen to just be thrown into Stanley Cup playoff action, but he held his own, as I think many of us thought. But you can certainly see it's going to be a learning curve, or at least getting back up to speed a bit. But the Stars are playing so well right now, and because they're so deep as well, so another good thing, they can play 11-7 and not feel like they're losing out offensively, because they can play Rantanen a bit more, they can play Johnson a little bit more, right? They can trot some guys out there, which gives Miro some time to play a bit when they need to. He played 4 minutes in the first. He played just over 6 in the second. So he played, I think, under 4 even in the third period, which again, I think smart. If you don't have to tax him right now, don't tax him. Allow him to just feel his body out. And if you're able to get rid of here Winnipeg in game 5 or 6, then that's a little bit more time for him to rest and continue to give back. Like he's hopefully only going to get healthier as the series and postseason wears on. But for the most part, I thought he was all right tonight. He wasn't. I guess I would say he was the Norris Trophy, Miro Heiskanen, but I don't think any of us were expecting that. It's just good to get him through a full 60-minute game and healthy. That's really all that matters at this point. And looked like himself. Had some flashes. Was a bit rusty, and for the most part, held his own. And yeah, good stuff all the way around. And I think the guys around him, just great stuff. That Stacey had a phenomenal game. Labushkin as well. Had some moments. I just like, again, you just look back at where this team has come from. And you're like, they're pretty damn good. And they put together quite the group. Here's a stat from Josh Bogorod, wonderful Stars play-by-play man. Mikael Granlund became the 7th player in Dallas history to record a playoff hat trick. Also, with the Stars' 3rd hat trick this postseason, they tied the team record for the most in a single playoff, alongside the 2020 bubble run to the final. So Kivi Ranta had a hat trick then. Gurianov, I believe, had the other. Did he have 2 that postseason? I'm trying to think who the other hat trick was in the 2020 playoff run. Joe Pavelski wasn't there, was he? Maybe he had one. That's a good trivia question. Let me know in the comments below. I believe it was Gurianov, because Gurianov had the Game 7, and then I believe Gurianov had one against Calgary. I think he scored 4. Do they have one against Vegas? Was it Rads maybe? That'd be good trivia question. Let me know. Someone go find that out for me. Winnipeg played great tonight too. I think that's what makes me even more happy about what we watched tonight. Like, it was a good night from Winnipeg, and they fell short. And Scott Arniel, he said that in the post game, Jets played well. They just got to find a way to score. I think that's a really nice thing to take home if you're Dallas. This team played pretty well, and they still won, and it's far from over. Look, you got to try to end the team seasons now. And Winnipeg wants they want to prove that they're a different team. Well, they have that opportunity now, and Dallas is standing in the way. So, it's going to be interesting, but it's a commanding 3-1 series lead, and each of their wins, like, really amazing third periods from the Dallas Stars, like really solid crap from the Dallas Stars. And crap's not a pretty adjective. Should use something else, but it was really good stuff. Let's end on a happy note here, and we'll touch on Granny a bit more, touch on some more nuggets before we leave you in this Game 4 reaction episode in just a moment. So Game 5 will obviously be rather interesting, just to see what kind of team the Jets, or what type of game Winnipeg is going to have. It's really remarkable what Hellenbuck has not been able to do on the road. It's mind-boggling that I think he hasn't won a road game, or the Jets haven't, and I can't remember whether it's 2022 it was, against Vegas. And that's what was so frustrating early with Dallas after they scored the power play goal in the first period to go at 1-0. They just weren't testing Hellenbuck enough, and there was rebounds everywhere. And it was like, okay, like get to this guy. He hasn't proven that he has the confidence to keep his team in it. And again, I think you saw that a bit again tonight. For whatever reason, he's just not very good at all on the road, and the Jets in general. And they weren't bad tonight. They weren't bad at all. I haven't watched all the road games for Winnipeg. I would think that was probably their best one. They had over 70 shot attempts, and they funneled a lot of pucks towards Ottinger tonight. I think they'd have to say it was probably their best one. It just didn't fall their way. And then, look, that's sometimes that's hockey. But I think when you break it down, like special teams and getting the necessary stops when need be, like Dallas got all those tonight, and that was sort of the difference. And Dallas just has a lot of weapons, a lot of options. And there was some really nice game, like Ehlers was really solid tonight. Morrissey had a really good game for Winnipeg too. I think some of your usual suspects for Winnipeg did, but Dallas just has a bit more. And it was the edge against Colorado, and it's sort of the edge again. I'm really curious to see if Dallas maybe took the life out of Winnipeg. That's probably a bit naive of me, but I guess we'll find out in a couple of days in Manitoba. But if you're Winnipeg, like it's hard to win a series if you can't win on the road. And the good thing is they do have home ice, but they're going to have to win a game on the road if they want to force a game 7 now. So the Stars are in the driver's seat. I just love the way they went about their business in the third period. Just went about in such a good way. Like they just didn't sit back and try to hang on to that 2-1 lead after playing a far from good second period. And they just took it to them, and they went and took it. And that's what you have to do this time of year. The Finns just continue to shine. I'm a bit speechless at points too. Like it's just a really team effort in a lot of ways. And it wasn't pretty by any stretch of the imagination, but they went and got the job done this evening. So now it's winter go home time of course for Winnipeg. And they have to be feeling a bit defeated after what happened tonight. But as we always say, the hardest game to win, the cliche is trying to end a team's season. But I think if you're Dallas, you roll with the same lineup again tonight. I thought there was a lot of good from a bunch of different forward combinations. If we take a look at some of the scoring chances, the Rope line led the way with 7. Steele played with Dodonov and Bin a bit. They looked good. We did see Mikko with Johnston and Robo. And Robertson, again, didn't have a great night. He wasn't totally noticeable tonight. I'm curious to see what his shot on goal numbers were. I didn't remember him a ton. Let's see. I'm having trouble finding his name here for whatever reason. He had a shot on goal, but Lindell had 3. Rope had 3. Marchment had 3. He was one that I called out in the Game 4 preview episode. Thought he was much better tonight. He stayed out of some of that ugliness towards the end with Lowry. That was good to see, but thought he was better tonight. Duchesne, he leaves me wanting a lot more. Leaves me wanting a lot more. Just needs to simple his game up a bit. Like make some easier plays. Johnson had 4 shots on goal. His 200-foot game was really, really good tonight. So Steele again on the PK, just great stuff. You can go up and down lineup and you can like a lot. Granlund even had 6 hits tonight. That's awesome. Like he was just all over the place, making stuff happen. So 6 hits for Granlund. Marchment had 5. Bishop only had 2 in the game. Like Granlund, that's a crazy stat. 6 hits and a hat trick for Granlund on 3 shots. That's doing a lot to win hockey. Like that's putting the body on the line. That's awesome to see. And he went 100% in the face-off dot. I don't know how many he took, but he went 100%. So that's that's pretty. That's just a really phenomenal game from Granlund, and I think that's a perfect place to sort of wrap this up. It all comes full circle on this Game 4 reaction episode. Dallas takes a commanding 3-1 series lead, take Game 4 3-1 tonight. Mikael Granlund hat trick, 2 power play goals. Jake Ottinger is a beast. He is better than Connor Hellebuck so far. Stars with a chance to end it in a few nights. Stars fans, big ups to you. We're almost to 4,000 subscribers. Can you believe that? We're like 10 away. Y'all have been incredible. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get to 4,000 by Game 5. Why not? Be sure to like this video. Leave a comment how you're feeling. Just let me know how satisfying it was for you to see Jim Nill's brainchild sort of finally come together. Everybody involved tonight. And the Stars are playing some of their better hockey at the right time, and it wasn't perfect tonight. But good teams find a way to win. Stars are a pretty good team. If you asked me over a month and a half ago, I thought this team was toast. I think a lot of us did, or maybe not a lot of us, but there was a decent silent majority that probably did. But they're taking it to other teams now, and it's great to see. All righty, Stars fans, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next episode. So long, Stars fans.